Oh my gosh, this team is actually nasty. What is going on, y'all? Your boy Zoo here, back with another NHL 22 video. In this video, we'll be doing a full 82 game simulation of a team made up of players all ready to be traded at this year's NHL Trade Deadline. But before we get started, if you're excited for this year's NHL Trade Deadline, make sure to leave a like on this video down below, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what trade you want your favorite team to do this year. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So here we are with the Tokyo Trade Bait, the team I created in NHL 22. I added all of the players on this team from TSN's top trade bait, their top 40 list. Now wait 1 second before you put down below in the comments, well Zoo, this guy's not getting traded because of this, and this guy's staying here. Stop it. It's on TSN's trade bait, so he's getting traded, obviously. Anyways, our top players, Marc-Andre Fleury, JT Miller, Claude Giroux. Our arena is the TSN Trade Center. Let's get right into it. So we're subbing out the Arizona Coyotes, and as you guys can see, this team is pretty dang good. One more thing before we get into the simulation, salary cap is getting turned off. This team is quite over the cap. I think it's something like $40 million over. So we got to play with the cap off so we can make this team actually fit in the NHL.
A few moments later.
Oh my gosh, this team is actually nasty. Just alone at our forward core, this team is disgusting. There is no weak spots at all on this team. But just to show you guys how nasty this team is, let's go through their lineup. The first line is Tomas Hertl, Andrew Kopp, and Connor Garland. Second line, JT Miller, Claude Giroux, and Brock Besser, a +5. Third line, Ricard Raquel, Max Domi, and Jack Roslovic. And fourth line, Pavel Zacha, Mike Hoffman, and Phil Kessel. On defense, Jakob Chychrun and Rasmus Ristolainen, Hampus Lindholm and John Klingberg, and Mark Giordano and Ben Sherratt. Now I know, Fleury just said he wants to stay with Chicago, but he's still on TSN's trade bait, so we're going to keep him around. Fleury and Georgiev are in the net for the trade bait team. So let's start this simulation. We're going to go month to month. We're going to check our leading scores, and we're also going to see where we're sitting in the standings. The month of October is done. We have a record of 7-2-0. We are currently tied for first in the Central Division. JT Miller there, our leading scorer, 10 points in 9 games. Let's keep going through November. Let's see if the boys can take first in the division. The month of November is now done. We have claimed first in our division. We have 4 points up on second. JT Miller there, 25 points in 23 games as we sit with a record of 14-6-3. Let's get through December. In the month of December, the boys slipped a little bit. We're now sitting at a record with 17-11-6. We're in the first wild card spot, so hopefully the boys can pick things up and get it back together. JT Miller there, 34 points in 34 games, still our leading scorer. Let's hope the boys can turn it around in January. The boys did exactly what I asked them to do in January. We're now first in the division. We're tied with Colorado with 2 games in hand. We now have a record of 28-13-7. JT Miller still point per game, 48 points in 48 games. Let's keep going through the month of February. The month of February is done. Only 5 games of that month, but the boys win 4 of them. 32-14-7 is our record. Claude Giroux takes over leading scoring on our team, 54 points in 53 games. Let's get through the month of March. It's now playoff crunch time. Let's see if the boys can crack a playoff spot. We are now into the month of April. The boys are buzzing. 42-18-7 is our record. JT Miller there, 74 points in 67 games. We have a 10-point lead on second place in the division. I think it's safe to say we're in the playoffs. The regular season is done. The boys have made the playoffs. We got first in our division. We did slip up at the end there. We lost 4 of our last 5, but it does not matter. We're first in the division. JT Miller there, 87 points in 82 games. He leads our team in scoring. And here's a quick look at all our leading scores if you guys want to pause the video and take a look at that. Dang, Marc-Andre Fleury, 46 wins, 6 shutouts at 915 and a 244. And we are now into the playoffs. In the first round, we are playing the Winnipeg Jets. Let's see how the boys can do against the Jets. Game number 1, we win 4-2. Game number 2, we win 4-2. Game number 3, we beat the Jets 8-1.
Now that's a lot of damage.
A 7-1 game in game 4 means we sweep the Jets. We outscored the Jets 23-6 through 4 games. Let's see who our second round opponent is. In the second round, we play the Colorado Avalanche. Let's get her going. Game number 1, we beat them in overtime 2-1. We beat the Avalanche 6-5 in game number 2. We finally have our first loss in the playoffs, a 5-4 overtime loss. And just like that, the Avalanche tied the series at 2 games apiece. They beat us 6-4. Game number 5, the boys lose 4-3. It's a 3-2 series for Colorado. But the trade bait team wins game number 6 5-2. It's going to game 7. And the boys win in game 7 3-2 over the Avalanche. We're now taking on the Oilers in the Western Conference Final. We beat the Oilers in game 1 4-1. However, we lose in the game number 2 3-2 in overtime, tie series 1-1. We lose game number 3 5-1. We're now down 2-1 in the series. Game number 4 goes our way. We win 3-2. Series is all tied up at 2. We win game number 5 5-1. We're up 3-2 on the Oilers. And just like that, we beat the Oilers 5-0 in game number 6. We're moving on to the Cup Final. We are playing the Washington Capitals in the Cup Final. Let's get her going. The Capitals come out strong in game number 1. They beat us 6-1. Let's go game number 2. The boys bounce right back and win game number 2 5-2, tie series. The boys lose game number 3 4-1. Washington's up 2-1 in the series. However, the boys come back and tie it, a 2-0 win. Series is all tied up at 2. Game number 5 goes our way. We win 5-2. We're now up 3-2 in the series. And just like that, the trade bait team wins the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Washington Capitals. So let's take a look at the awards this season. As you can see there, our trade bait team won the Stanley Cup. The Hurricanes won the President's Trophy, and it was a trade bait versus Washington Capitals Cup Final. Nathan MacKinnon wins the Art Ross Trophy and the Hart Memorial Trophy. Victor Hedman wins the James Norris. Nathan MacKinnon wins the Lady Byng. Trevor Zegras wins the Calder Memorial. JT Miller wins the Conn Smythe Trophy for the trade bait team. Freddie Anderson wins the Vezina Trophy and the William M. Jennings. Ryan Lindgren wins the Masterton. Ranford for the Los Angeles Kings wins the Jack Adams. Selke goes to Ryan O'Reilly. Nathan MacKinnon wins the Ted Lindsay. And Nikita Kucherov wins the Maurice Richard. The 2022 NHL Trade Deadline is approaching very rapidly, and with how many good players are available, it's shaping up to be one of the best deadlines of all time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And also leave a comment down below on what trade you want your favorite team to make at this deadline. I also stream here on YouTube 3 times a week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the NHL 22 content, and turn on notifications so you'll know when I go live or when my videos go live. I thank you all for watching, and take care.